Hello everyone, I'm going to show you now how to create a lesson on Edmodo. First of all, go to your Edmodo page, and when you've got this home page here, you'll have this section here called Classes, and below this a section called Groups. Now, the reason I asked you to create a teacher's account at the beginning of the course was because you can only access this section if you are a teacher. You can press Manage Classes, create a class, or join a class. As a student, this Create a Class button doesn't appear. When you're ready to create your lesson, you simply press this button and you're given several options. The first of which is to name your class. James Example Group, for example. You can then select the grade of your group or the age range of your group. Neither of these really matter because it doesn't affect the kind of content you can put on the course itself. You can then select the subject area. You can have all or one of the more specific ones. Then you can choose who can access and join this group. Private to members, public to school staff, public to district staff. Again, I normally have private to members on, so people who have an Edmodo account can be invited. Once that's ready, press Create, and then your new group will appear at the top here. Upon creating the group, you'll be given this page here. You've got several options then. This code is the code you need to give to your students so they can join your group. In this particular course, you're going to be giving this code to your fellow classmates because you will not be using your Edmodo with your students. Unfortunately, too many of you teach very, very small learners, so we're going to do it together. Once you've got this code, you can copy and paste it somewhere safe. You can download the handout. Upon doing this, it gives you a piece of paper that you can print and give to your students, or you can save it onto your computer so you don't lose this code, or you can invite people by email. You can type the email or the name of the people if they're already in Edmodo, or you can create this link here. Once you press this button, the link is copied to the clipboard, which means when you press paste into this box here, this link will appear. This is the link I want you to share with us on our class Edmodo. The Edmodo you're using now in order to access this video and this course. Leave a note at the top, which I'll show you how to do in a moment as well, with this link copied, or with this code copied. Both will work fine. The objective of this, of course, is to get your fellow classmates to join your class. Once you're ready, you press Done, and you've got your brand new group here. There are different things you can do with an Edmodo teacher's account. One of the best is creating an assignment. I'm going to explain this one in detail in a moment, but first I want to look at these other two, the quiz and the poll. Now, a quiz is much like the quizzes you can find online and the quizzes you do in class. You can create them online here on Edmodo, create different types of quizzes, give it a title, create a multiple choice quiz, true or false, short answer, fill the blank, and matching, in a similar manner to what you did in TED Ed, only without the video. You can also create a poll. The poll is very useful because you can post simple questions with 2 answers or multiple answers if you want to, and have them answer as a group, and then the answer with the most amount of votes appears on the class page. We don't need to do that for this particular course right now. All we need to focus on is the assignment. A note, I'll mention very quickly, is simply a note that you type and it will appear on this group's home page. The assignment is the one we really want. This is the one that allows us to control content and track the student's progress. So for your particular task now, what you have to do is create an assignment. You can create any type of assignment you want designed to teach any level you want, of any age group you want. You know better than I do what you do. So I want you to create an assignment for me. The assignment title can be anything you want. For example, I'll call this one Task 5, Create a Lesson. You can select the due date. This tells you the time limit you're going to give your students to actually perform this. Let's give it the 22nd, and you give it the time as well. You've got the option to lock the assignment after this time has expired, and you can add it to the markbook, which means when you check the progress of your students, as I'll show you here in a moment, when you check the progress of your students, you can see it in this section here. Then, of course, you need to describe your assignment. Give clear but very simple instructions as to what you expect the students to do with your exercises. Once you've included this description on the assignment page, you will also be required to fill out for me this, an Annexure 4 for the Basque Government technician to get a detailed description of what you've done. As you can see, I filled out a majority of it, the code, the name. You need to complete your name here. You'll also need to describe what you've done here. And then later, I will come along and I will give an assessment on what you've done. Again, please don't panic. It doesn't have to be anything complex. I will be speaking to you for an hour each of you, to help you do this, to go over everything, to answer any questions. But it's really quite simple, and it's very enjoyable to use, I found, with students. I really have enjoyed the experience I've had with Edmodo over the years. Once you have done your assignment, this is just an example, and you have attached the link to your TED-Ed, Pinterest, or you have uploaded your Snagit file, or you've even included something from your library, or even something from your Google Drive, you simply press send, and it will appear on your main class page, as you see here. Now, as a teacher, again, it's a bit different to being a student. You've got the turn in button. Now, this is brilliant because it allows you to check the progress of your students. You can press up here and you can check the progress of any of the groups that you're teaching at the moment. These are some of my groups and some of my older groups, but you can go into any of the groups you've taught and you can see the progress. You can see how they've turned it in, they've done the work, you can see their names, how they're doing, etc., etc. You can also award badges to students. This particular group is probably a bad example since it has no badges. Let me go to another group I'm doing. As you can see with this one, this was an actually dedicated ICT course where the students had to do more than just 3. They had to use Snagit, Pinterest, TED-Ed, Edmodo, Teacher, create a lesson, much like you did. And it allows you to see all of this work and see their progress. You can click on any task. You can see the number turned in, the average score, and then you can see the assignment. As a teacher, I think this is brilliant. It's far more customizable than Google Classroom, gives you much more control. You can click on the assignment itself and check. It'll tell you how many are ready to grade, how many have not been turned in, how many are graded, and also the total number of students. For example, I'm going to use Amaya, one of the better ones. This is to access her Edmodo group, and the feedback we got. This was something I did in 2015. And it really does make it easy for a teacher to control and monitor the students' progress at any time. For example, I can see the work you've all done. I can have a look at the first task, Edmodo. And I can see all the work you've done. 2 people yet to turn in. All of these graded. 1 waiting for me to grade, which is Janeri. And all of the students who are participating in the online course. At the moment, currently only 16 have actually joined. So I want you to play with this as well. I do apologise. I know you get sick of people telling you to play with these things in order to learn how to use them. But seriously, there is no better way to learn how to use tools like this and websites like this as a teacher. So that's it. Once this is completed, you've officially finished the course. I will correct everything in detail and send you detailed feedback about your progress throughout this course. And I would also appreciate any feedback from you guys, so you can let me know what you thought about the course, and please, any recommendations you would make for changes to the course to make it easier for you from your perspective. What could have been different and what would have been better for you? Okay? Thank you very much for watching this video. Good luck with your work, and I look forward to speaking to you all on Skype during your final sessions. Thank you. Bye-bye.